Hello Internet, and welcome back to an Author Plays Hurricane Feed the Beast Modpack, episode 11. I have been gone for a couple days. I believe the last 3 days I haven't put up a video, and that is because it took a long time getting this dang thing online. All in all, I think I needed about 2 stacks of steel roughly to get this guy online. And so basically I spent most of the time upstairs just waiting for steel to happen, or digging up iron to turn into steel, which also meant I needed more coke, etc., etc. First thing that you should note that's different from last time is I have watermelon plants here instead of industrial hemp. And that is because industrial hemp takes a long time to grow, and until I have some way to speed up growth ticks and a way to automated harvesting for industrial hemp, I found that watermelons were actually a little bit better because of all the seeds that they produce. As a matter of fact, if we go over here to the refinery, we can see that I have more plant oil than I do ethanol. So, good stuff happening there. Now, I don't have this generating power yet because I don't have a place to store it, and that's what I wanted to bring you lovely folks in for, was I want us to go ahead and start making high voltage capacitors and wires. So, first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to make ourselves this lovely little HV capacitor. So we're going to need some steel, some aluminum, a block of lead, some treated wood planks, some colored redstone, all that jazz. So I'm going to go ahead and get that hooked up for us. Oh, something else that I've done is I've reworked the wiring over here, so that way all of this was on a continuous loop. So that way if, say, the fermenter was full on power, but for whatever reason the squeezer wasn't, it could draw power from both the water wheel here and here. And this seems to be doing more than enough production of RF for us here. So it seems like 2 water wheels will be enough to produce the energy necessary to do that. So we can leave that on its own like little closed circuit, I guess you could say. But the big thing is, with the biodiesel generator, we're going to need to make sure that we can route power everywhere. Now, I don't know where necessarily everywhere will be, because this obviously isn't going to be our final base. I'm going to have to, I guess you could say, construct something, and maybe I'll start mapping out ideas and so forth for that on a live stream, because I now know that I can stream and do so effectively. So let's see, I needed steel, which I have, and lead, which I don't, or at least not enough. So let's go ahead and melt some steel down. What else will I need? Okay, so let's grab some of the treated wood planks that I have, and some of the colored redstone. My illustrator suggested to me that I give a heated redstone generator a shot, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna make these colored blocks of redstone because that's what makes, you know, that's what makes the energized redstone, I believe is what it's called. It sounds right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, that was what I assumed to be the way to go. And then I had forgotten that you need blazing pyrotheum to melt redstone blocks, not lava, because lava is somehow not hot enough. So, with that said, I ended up just sticking with the furnace generators, which the quarry should probably be done by now, or at least very close to it. All the thundering outside, I don't really know what time of day is. Oh, it is. Oh, I guess another storm blew through because I seem to have lost my door. Well, that's lovely. So, yeah, we're just going to pop on over here to the quarry real quick and see what we have generated here. Oh, I missed that. Oh, no, I landed in the water. Okay, cool. So, the plan for today is I'm going to get the biodiesel generator hooked up. And I'm also going to try to come up with some, basically, quick way, I guess you could say, to... Oh, there's some of my old farmland down there. Try to come up with some quick way to basically disconnect the biodiesel every now and again. So that way I don't burn biodiesel without getting RF into the capacitor, because I really am not interested in burning through my fuel that quickly, since I don't have that automated yet. And it looks like our quarry is still chugging away here, taking up all sorts of lovely stuff for us. Let's see, it's actually probably only 2/3 done. Okay, not bad. But as you can see, it's been digging quite a bit. I actually set this quarry to a much larger area than I did over there. And I don't know, I just had a gut feeling this would be a lot more resource heavy over here, and it looks like I was right, and I'm actually really happy about that. Oh, fuck. Well, that happened, didn't it? Alright, and that, folks, is why you hold shift when you're standing near a ledge, and don't be a dummy like I just did. Or else you'd be dead and have to dig up the side of a friggin' wall in order to get all your stuff back. Oh boy, that was an adventure. Okay, well let's go ahead and get back over to our base because our lead should be done by now. Okay guys, and we're back. We went ahead and got ourselves all of this lovely lead here. So let's see. I should have everything that I need in order to make our thing. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I had this wheat in here. Well, I'll just hold on to that bread for now. So HV capacitor. We need a lead block first. Come on. That's why we made this in the first place. Get with it. And insufficient resources somewhere. Oh, aluminum. That's right. I need aluminum too. Whoops. I believe I have some in here. Or maybe I don't. Huh. I haven't had to make any aluminum yet? I could have swore I had made some. Okay, well, let's smelt up some aluminum, rather. And okay, guys, and we're back. And we have ourselves an HV capacitor. Hooray. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to need at least 1 unit of HV wire. Let's see. I'm making more aluminum. We've got steel going, so I guess I just need to grab a stick out of here. Oh, no, wait, I have a stick. I don't know where I got said stick, but it's my stick, and, well, I'm going to make stuff with it. So let's go ahead and make some coil. All right, nice. And now we're going to need an HV wire connector, which is going to require 3 aluminum and 6 hardened clay. I feel like I have some hardened clay left over, and I do. There we go. So we're just going to go ahead and HV wire connectors. There we go. Done. Let's go hook it up to the generator. Okay, guys, and we're back. And take a look. We're generating RF. All right, let's go ahead and kill this line, because that should actually fill up our capacitor. So the diesel generator generates, I believe it's just under 4100 RF per tick, and this capacitor will hold 4 million RF for us. So my plan for now is to basically disconnect the capacitor as necessary, and basically go from there. I actually may need more capacitors. It's looking like I may need more capacitors, actually. So this will be something to keep in mind for later, I guess. Yeah, because feeding a lot in there. Whoa, where did... Oh, there you are. And there we go. Nice. Very cool. So there we have it. We now have 4 million RF just sitting there, hanging out, ready to go. Very cool. Let's see. I know this wire. I know that all this mess over here is a thing. I'm eventually going to do fluid pipes, I believe, from Buildcraft, at least for the... Well, maybe not for now. Eventually, this will be a lot more organized. Okay, so now that we have all this RF, we should be able to progress further, like into other packs. So next, we want to get ourselves an arc furnace, from what I remember. Which, of course, the recipe is not in here. It should be in here. So the arc furnace is what we need now in order to make alloys, certain alloys. So let's see. The arc furnace is a massive structure used to quickly smelt metals. It consists of a steel vat topped by electrodes which heat up the metal. The furnace excels at smelting ores. Let's see. From what I remember, I think we can make electrical steel in an arc furnace. See, electrical steel, induction smelter, arc furnace. Yep, so this is why we need to make an arc furnace, because electrical steel is how we get into Ender IO, and Ender IO is how we then get into things like Mine Factory Reloaded, Forestry not so much, but basically this is how we start getting into a lot of the automation stuff that will help make our lives easier. So with that said... let's go ahead and start getting the resources for an arc furnace. Now, the arc furnace I know is going to require even more steel, which is why I started making that already. It's also going to require a bit of iron. So let's see, we're going to need steel slabs, blocks of steel, reinforced blast bricks, light engineering blocks, heavy blocks, steel scaffolding, etc., etc. So the big thing here is, from what I remember, the arc furnace, I believe, requires... about the same level of RF that a diesel generator can output. We'll probably end up sticking the arc furnace over here in some fashion. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you look like when you're done? You look like that, and the electrodes are on top. So you're actually going to need... we should actually probably build you down into the ground now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, we should actually build him into the ground a little bit so the electrodes are easier for us to reach. Now, as to where to input power... Ah, in the back. So you have to route power into the back. So what if I were to dig out this way and into the ground, and then we could easily wire this down to there? Yeah, that seems good. Okay, well, first things first, we're going to need to go ahead and make ourselves a bunch more steel. So let's see how much we have right now. And we can also work on some of the other components while we're there, I guess you could say. So we've got 9 steel right now. Let's see. Oh, I'm not making any more coke, am I? Darn it. Okay, that's a thing that's going to have to change, because we're going to need a couple more stacks of steel. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this in the coke oven. Bam, like so. Okay, cool. Let's see. Something else that I should consider doing now that we have power is actually upgrading our blast furnace so it produces steel faster. That'll end up causing our coke oven to be the choke point, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, honestly. Okay, well, let's see. What are the non-steel components of this that we can knock out right now? So let's see. A cauldron, the light engineering blocks. Yeah, the cauldron and the light engineering blocks we can make without steel. So the cauldron is just 7 iron. The light engineering block, the recipe escapes me. So it's iron mechanical components and iron. So it is 12 iron and 5 copper. 5 copper? 5 copper. So that means I need to craft this 7 times. So that is 12 times 7 is 96 iron, or a stack and a half. And 5 times 7 is, don't tell me, 35 copper. Okay, so I need a stack and a half of iron, plus 7 for the cauldron, which I am short. I can't make the cauldron, but I can make the light engineering blocks. There. Let's bring up our iPhone. We need to make 14 of these. There we go. Clear this out. And now we need to make 14 of these. Boom. Done. Oh, and I guess I miscounted my iron somewhere. Not that I am complaining. Boom. Cauldron. Okay. And I went ahead and made ourselves an engineer's backpack so I could store all the fun stuff that we're not necessarily using from immersive engineering away, you know, basically to places I don't need it immediately in order to help with storage. So we're going to hold on to all this fun stuff for the time being, and let's also reorganize my tooltip a little bit, or my hotbar a little bit, because I apparently didn't do that after I died. There we go. Oh, and the coils can definitely go in here as well. Cool. Okay, so with that said, we're going to have to basically wait on this steel production to happen. I'm also going to need to dig up more iron, so we're obviously going to need a lot more iron. I'm going to need multiple stacks of steel. Let's see. I haven't had to make steel slabs yet. How much do steel slabs cost? Let's actually put steel in the title instead of searching every single slab. So, blocks of steel make slabs, not ingots? That is so wasteful. Oh, God. Jesus. I'm going to need a stack of steel just to make 14 slabs. Not to... Oh, my gosh. We're going to need... Oh, it's dark outside. Let's fix that. Oh, man. We're going to need... Just estimation. We're going to need about 3.5 stacks of steel. Oh, boy. It took me 3 days just to get 2. Now, I admit I've been pretty busy the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to play a whole lot. So bear that in mind, I suppose. But jeez. Just jeez. Man. Alrighty. Well, I guess with that said, let's go ahead and see what our quarry has dug up so far. We'll get that loaded up, we'll do some digging. And I'm gonna, in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can come up with another, I guess you could say project for us while we're waiting for the steel to cook up. So anyways, we'll be right back. Okay guys, and we're back, albeit just for a moment. So what I've got right here is basically all of the seeds that I've gathered from Pam's Harvest Craft. The food situation has kind of bugged me for quite a while, and I don't quite have all the seeds that I would care to right now in order to get a mixed diet, I guess you could say. I'm still missing tofu, for instance, so that way I could have a meat substitute for the time being. But for now, this will work. I actually don't need more than just the one seed right now. But yeah, this is the collection of all the seeds that we have thus far, and as well as saplings. So I'm hoping to basically expand our food repertoire, I guess you could say. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is see if I can hunt down a little bit more Pam's Gardens, see if we can find some tofu for us, and then maybe get a farm set up. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay guys, and we're back, and I managed to get really, really lucky, and I found in one, I think it was stalk garden, I found soybeans, so phew, holy crap, we did it. So moving on from there, we're going to need to figure out some of the, I don't know, plants, I guess you could say, that we should be cultivating. So let's see, coffee beans can be utilized to make an espresso with a little bit of sugar. Can make ice cream. And we can just make a cup of coffee out of beans, rather. That was the word I wanted. So, it looks like coffee will be one route we can go for making ourselves some food. So, we'll go ahead and grab coffee. Now, tea, I believe, will also be something that we can shoot for. Let's see, even raspberry iced tea, as a matter of fact. We'll have to find some snow, of course, but that's not the worst thing ever. Oh, we can make snow, actually, with the chemical synthesis machine. We may need to get into Minechem. But anyways, so tea is definitely something else we're going to go ahead and make for ourselves. Now, from there, pretty much anything that has meat is going to require soybeans. We're going to want to do that for sure. But from there, what else can we do? Let's see, just on a whim, what can we make with broccoli? So broccoli, we can make spicy greens, we can make chicken, cream broccoli soup, which would be broccoli, carrot, flour, stock, and black pepper. Black pepper would come from peppercorn, which I don't have. Okay. So let's see, if we go further, let's see, we've got veggie strips using spice and some salt. So we may go, yeah, we can definitely plant some mustard and some broccoli. Okay, so we've got a couple ideas so far. So we got the tea, we got the coffee. The soybean we're still trying to find some use for. Let's see. What do we have here that we could do? I want to say we can do chili, right? Let's see. So chili is tofu. Excuse me. We can do tofu, onion, or bell pepper, and beans. I don't think we have beans. Never mind. Not going to be able to do that. We might be able to make some pasta, though, seeing as how we have tomato. So what can we make out of here? Okra Creole, don't really have. Zucchini, toast, tomato, corn, and gorgonzola. Or cheese in general, don't really have any of those. Let's see. Tofu mayonnaise, which is... okay, so we can make foot-long sandwiches. Which would just be... let's see, we would need wheat, lettuce, tofu, tomato. So, wheat... let's see, that'd be wheat, lettuce, tofu, and tomato. Okay, so it looks like we got ourselves a farm idea working. So let's say that, so this would give us, what, 4 different dishes? Yeah, 4 different dishes. So let's go ahead and start off with that. So I guess what we'll do is we'll expand this outward a little bit. 3, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then do one of these. Replace you with you. Put that right there. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, so basically this room will go ahead and become our crop farm for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, just making sure I measured that off correctly. So yeah, this will go ahead and become our crop farm for us. So let's go ahead and be right back as I get this area in the right shape for us. Okay guys, and we're back, and we've got ourselves our farm working. So basically, along the back wall is everything we need for coffee and raspberry iced tea. The second row here is all the broccoli for veggie strips. And then circling up and back down is all the ingredients for a foot-long sandwich. So not even half of a farm full, and we can get 4 different kinds of meals out of this farm. Don't you just love AgriCraft? AgriCraft is so good at food. I love it. I'm very passionate about food myself, so I'm a huge fan about this whole ordeal, especially now because I can actually eat decently. And it seemed that I seem to have figured out the issue, I guess you could say, with my farm, in that before I wasn't really able to plant stuff directly onto the dirt, whereas now things seem to be going relatively okay. So I'm wondering if maybe I need to do AgriCraft crops for, excuse me, for all of my stuff down in the basement, but that's neither here nor there. So what I want to do is check on our steel production, because this has taken me about 15 minutes or so to do, and wow, we have a lot of steel ready to go. So let's go ahead and load this bad boy back up, rather. We're also going to go ahead and probably finish up once I've got these 12 units of iron in there. There we go. Because I've been recording for now, let's see, my software is telling me that, I've been recording for 80 minutes so far. So definitely going to have to wrap this up because holy crap. So we went ahead and got our biodiesel set up. We've got this situated. The next thing that I think I'm going to do for in here, and I may do this off camera, is I'd like to figure out a sprinkler system. Because I've never really built that with AgriCraft before. It's never been super necessary. But I'm thinking that with how often my character gets hungry, it may actually be a really good idea for me to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and look into that and see if that's feasible. And tomorrow, when the next episode goes up, I will definitely make sure that I let you guys know whether that's a yay or nay on if it's feasible or even worth my effort. So with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next time we come back here, hopefully we'll have all of the steel necessary for the arc furnace, and we may or may not have a sprinkler system set up for all of our food. So if you guys enjoyed yourselves and you want to see more Hurricane Feed the Beast mod pack, go ahead and do the YouTube trifecta of like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next chapter. Bye-bye. Copper. I'm smelting copper down right now in order to give us the materials necessary to make the rest of these light engineering blocks, because we need 38 of them, just for the industrial squeezer and so forth. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Now let's see, what else can we stow away for the future? Put this in here for now.